Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at how to install MySQL database with a focus on Ubuntu operating system. So MySQL is a widely used open source relational database management system, and we have a list of other databases that can be used along SQL. We have the kinds of PostgreSQL, we have MariaDB, we have SQLite 3 and all that. So let's dive in and see how to install it on our Ubuntu operating system. So the first thing will be to update our application repository. So one, you need to have access to the terminal with the root privileges. This is my terminal and I'm going to be running my commands here. So what you have sudo apt update, then press on enter. So this will update our application repository, and it is very important to start by updating the applications repository, or rather the package list, since if you directly proceed and try to install MySQL, it may not be found in the package list. So it's very important. So you may get some warning and errors here, but if they are not related to MySQL, then we may ignore them for now. So let's proceed and install MySQL. So the next command, we have sudo apt, we have install MySQL server, then press enter, then give it some time to complete, confirm, yes. At this point, you are requested to input the root password. So let's input the root password. Then after you enter your preferred root password, use the tab button so that it highlights the OK button, then press enter. Then we need to confirm the root password. Then using the tab, then enter. Then we have some configurations to confirm. Select default authentication plugin. Let's go with the recommended. When having the recommended selected, use tab to navigate to the OK button, press enter. Then allow it some time to proceed. Within a minute or two, the installation has been completed. So the next thing will be securing our installation. By securing it means removing some of the default configuration. So the command to do that, I'm not going to do that in this video, because I just want to use the default settings. So you have MySQL secure installation. So you need to have sudo MySQL secure installation. So by this, you'll be requested to set some preferred settings besides the default settings that have already been applied. So in this case, I'm not going to have that. So I just need to use the default settings that has been set by the MySQL team. So the next thing will be to start MySQL service. So the way to do that, we have sudo systemctl start MySQL, then press enter. Great. So we can just quickly check on the status, if it has started, status. Alright, if we check on this, it's in an active mode. So let's move out of this group by Control C. So the next thing is to enable MySQL to always start whenever we start our machine. So the way to do that, let's still use the same command. I accessed this by pressing on the up button. So I need to adjust this to enable. So this will ensure that whenever we restart our system, our MySQL service will also start. Alright, so the next thing will be to confirm if we are now able to access MySQL database. And the way to do that, we have MySQL, we have the user root, who is the default user who is created when we installed the MySQL service. Then we have P, then press enter. So here we are required to input the root password that we set during the installation. So assuming that we forgot this, we have already done a video on how to reset the root password. Please check it out by clicking on the link that appears above. So for instance, or rather, now that we remember the password that we set, let me use that. Remember, when you are inputting the password, no characters appear. So it's for you to, once you key in your password, then you press enter. Alright, and there we go. We have been able to access MySQL database. This is basically the default database as well that was created during the installation. So far so good. We have been able to install MySQL service, and we have now been able to access the MySQL default database, which is given that name, MySQL. So the next thing we'll be trying to create a table and adding a user and probably adding some few data. So the way to do that, we need to have this command. So we have create database, then we have, let's have my database, semicolon, enter. So a new database has been created. This is the command to do that. So the next thing is to create a user. Let's create a user, create user, my user. Alright, I need to have it in quotes, my user, then at quote localhost, then I have identified by, then input the user password here. So let me have my password. Once I have that, I need to ensure that I have a semicolon at the end, then enter. Right, so a new user has been created. So the next thing will be granting privileges to the newly created user to this database, so that we enable this user to perform database operations. So the way to do that, we need to grant privileges on. So we need to mention the name of the database. So we have my database, then we have, after having the name, okay, we have database, then we need to add a dot and a star. We have two, then we need to mention the name of the user. We have my user at localhost. Once we have that, semicolon, then we have enter. Alright, something somewhere is missing. Let me just check. Alright, we missed on mentioning all privileges. In this case, we never mentioned what privilege that we want to give them. If there were specific privileges we wanted to give them, we would have mentioned them in between grant and privileges. But for this case, we want to grant them all privileges. So let's have enter, and there we go. So we have been able to create a database, created a user and gave them a password, and also granted all the privileges to this user on this database. So this user can undertake all the database operations on this particular database. All right. So the next command will be to flash privileges. Once we do that, we confirm. So this is basically to finalize the operation that we have just concluded of creating and adding the user to the DB. So once we get to that point, we can now comfortably create a database, so rather a table. So before we do that, it's worth noting that if you proceed to, we would want to create a table by writing the command to create a table. But if you do it on this section, the table will be created on MySQL database. Remember, we have the hierarchy. We first of all need to have a database, then create a table inside that database. So currently the database that we are currently logged in, or the currently active database, is MySQL. So to change to the newly created database, we need to switch that DB by having use. Let me have use, then I have my database, then semicolon, enter. So the database has been changed. So the active database is MySQL. So whatever tables we are going to create at this point will be created on my database. Alright, so far so good. So we need to create a simple database, or rather a simple table on my database. Remember, my database is the name we give to the database that we have just created. So this table will be created on that database. So let's have this. Remember, even if you are using uppercase to mention MySQL terms, we can as well use lowercase. So let's use lowercase in this case. So we want to create a table named users. That's the name of the table. Then here we need to mention the fields. So the first field will be ID. It will be an integer, and we want it to auto increase. So we have auto increment, and it will also be the primary key. So the primary key means it's a unique, and it can be used to identify a unique user. So once we have that, that is the first field. So the next field will be the name, and the name, the data type for that is a vulture with a length of 50 strings. Then the next one can be age, and this should be an integer. So once we have that, let's have a semicolon at the end and press enter, and a new table has been created. So let's try and query this table. So select all from the name of the table, users, and we see that the table has no data at the moment. Alright, so let us insert some data on this table. So let's have insert. Let me just use lowercase. Insert into users. Then the users. So let's mention the name of the columns for our table. So we have the name, and the age. Remember, we said that the ID will be auto increasing, so we don't need to mention or add an ID at this point. So once we do that, let's have values. So the values are, let's have the name can be done. We have done, then a comma, then since we the next thing is age, we don't need to have it in quotes. Let's have 35 years, then let's have a semicolon, then enter. All right, so we see that one row has been affected. So we have basically added this data. Let's add a new record. Alright, so we have added 3 records. So let's try to query this data. So select all from users, then semicolon, and there we go. We have 3 records. Then let's try and select the user with ID 2. Select all from users where ID equals 2, semicolon, and there we go. We have been able to fetch the user with ID 2. So in this case, we were just trying to test if the database that we have just installed works as expected. So to move out of the DB, you can just type in exit, and it exits and closes the database. So that marks the end of this video. We have run a lot, and thank you for staying up to this point. Remember to subscribe to this channel to stay updated with our videos. Also like our videos and drop a comment so that others may find it helpful. Thank you and goodbye.